And we're back. Welcome to part 2 of the horrific genocidal tragedy that is unfolding before us, also known as Defcon. Okay, so where did we leave off? Okay, so we're in the middle of a nuclear war. Nukes are flying. People are not yet dying. Military bases are getting blown up. Generally, oh look, we just discovered an enemy silo. There's one right there. Okay. Um, Generally, uh, what happens in the beginning of a game is that military facilities are attacked first because you kind of want to destroy. You want to destroy their ability to launch nukes at you before you commit and launch nukes at them. Um, you want to have as many of their nukes destroyed as possible. Um, and so I'm trying to do that right now. I'm launching some bombers of mine um, from my carriers, but the problem is they have so many silos around here that my bombers are just getting like eaten up. They're just getting like blown to shit. Okay, I just launched a nuke successfully at one of their silos. So that's good. Okay, I just destroyed one of their silos, so that's good. I just took 10 nukes of theirs out of commission. Um, that's a good thing from my side. Um, and I'm going to see what else I can get away with while I'm here. So in general, the more military hardware you can destroy before they really start launching nukes, the better. Okay, I just destroyed one of their air bases, so that's good for me. They've got a radar right there that I would sure like to destroy, and I will get around to it. Basically, let me see if I can turn up the volume a little bit. Basically, since I'm playing against the AI, I kind of know what it's going to do. The AI is going to wait until it feels ready, and then it's going to launch an all-out assault, just an all-out attack from all of its silos and all of its air bases and all of its carriers against my cities. And it's going to attempt to overwhelm all of my defenses, and it probably will. Although the more nukes, of theirs I can destroy before that happens, the better. The interesting thing is that, or a interesting thing, is that you see I have my bombers going here. If you just send bombers kind of piecemeal against their defenses, they get shot down really easily. So what you want to do is kind of time your attack. Okay, they just launched from right here. What you want to do is kind of time your attack so that all of your bombers kind of arrive at the same time, and that way it kind of overwhelms their defenses. And you'll notice I'm activating my submarine. It's called MRBM, or Medium Range Ballistic Missile. So I'm activating the nukes on my subs, and it takes 120 seconds, so it takes 2 minutes for them to actually get ready to fire, which again is bad for me, because while they're getting ready to fire, these silos are launching nukes at my territory. And so, but I can target them now while they're firing, or while they're getting ready. So each silo takes 3 nukes to be destroyed, right? So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I guess some of my subs got destroyed. Some of my subs got destroyed in that battle, so I don't have enough to just wipe out all of their nukes, which means a lot of my people are going to die. So sad. It's kind of surreal playing this game as America, like as the United States, because you see, like cities like San Antonio just being destroyed, like wiped off the face of the earth in an instant, and you're like, oh, all the people that I love are dead. Yeah. And I think, as I was saying before, what I hope is that this game was kind of created to sort of drive that point home that, hey, this is actually like a real thing, and that, people are actually going to die if there's ever a nuclear war. Like, all the people you love. And even if you're like Billy Badass, you still love someone. Someone still loves you. Like, all those people, they're all going to get lit on fire, and they're all going to die in the event of a nuclear war. And so what I hope is that this game will sort of bring more awareness to those issues. I doubt it, because that's not how people think. People think that, there's going to be a nuclear war one day, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, or it's going to be like, oh, I don't know, what do kids like these days? It's going to be like fucking Hunger Games. It's going to be awesome. No, it's not awesome. So the other thing I'm doing right now is I'm launching all of my bombers from their bases. They launch in a queue. Every time they launch, it takes about 120 seconds for the next one to queue up. The reason why I'm launching them all now is because all of their silos are launching, which means they have no air defense. So now's the right time to use bombers. And they're also launching nukes against all of my facilities from here. I can't see the nukes yet because they're not in radar range, but they destroyed some of my radar, so my radar range is very limited right now. But those nukes will be coming into range pretty soon, and they're going to be targeting my air bases. I'm assuming that they've seen some of my air bases on their radar, so they're going to be targeting my air bases. So I want to send my bombers while they have time to launch, and before they get blown up. So all of their silos now have nukes assigned. There's an enemy missile coming in. There's going to be a lot more coming shortly. So now I'm going to start targeting their cities with my submarine-based missiles. I can sort of be detached from this and say, like, this is a game, so it doesn't really mean anything. But I do actually think of the reality of the situation when I do this. Like, I like to think, once again, that part of the social commentary of this game is that, as the player in this game, you're kind of playing from the position of like a supreme commander of your forces, of the nuclear forces, and so you see things as he would, or as they would. You see, like, lives are just, like, here, Soviet city, population 3.5 million. You see things, human lives as just like a number on a screen. And what I would like to think is that that's actually intentional, that's part of the social commentary, that that they're trying to say that, the way the way that our leaders think about war and think about nuclear war and nuclear proliferation, they're thinking about it in the wrong way. That if, they're thinking of it as if it were a game, when it's really not, it's actually people's lives. Um, so I'm launching nukes over here. I'm destroying most of their silos while they're firing. So they're not gonna be able to fire all of their missiles at me, but they're gonna fire a lot. You can see them inbound. My air defense silos are attempting to fire, but as I said earlier, they're kind of shit. So a lot of these nukes are probably gonna get through, and my people are gonna die. Um, we just hit Tehran, so 2.3 million people just died. You can see there's kind of a green glow now over Asia. That's the radioactivity. Um, Radiation poisoning is terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. It's just a terrible, horrible way to die. Um, Basically, like, you're fine for like a day, and then your body just starts to disintegrate um, from the inside out. And I can't think of many things that are more terrifying than that. Um, and it's just interesting how this game takes something that's so visceral and so horrifying and just kind of turns it into like numbers and time. I think that in a way it's interesting because a lot of games try to go the opposite direction. Like a lot of games try to make things very visceral and gory, and Defcon is kind of the opposite. Defcon kind of takes great pains to make things as clinical as possible. You don't like I don't feel like I've just murdered 100 million people. I feel like I'm you know I'm just playing a little game, and it's fun. And it makes you wonder, how do our leaders see these things? Just Hong Kong is about to be hit. 4.2 million dead. They're attempting to respond to my bombers with fighter craft, and it's not going to work. So most of my nukes have been spent. I still have some silos that I can launch. This silo got hit twice, and so it only has 2 nukes left. But the others are still intact. So we will go ahead and expend those. Currently, the score is 131 me, negative 65 bad guys. So I'm doing pretty well. I don't think that's going to last. I survived their initial onslaught fairly well, but they have a lot of submarines that are kind of lurking around somewhere here in the oceans, and I think that they're just waiting for the moment to strike, and they will. The game actually ends when a certain percentage of the nukes that are present have been spent. So you can control the percentage. You can make it like 80%, 90%, things like that. I think it's currently set to 80%. So once 80% of all the nukes in the world have been spent, then the game will actually end and the scores will be finally tallied. Let's launch the rest of these. India is also included in Asia. And so is Tehran, interestingly enough. Gonna try and... yeah, so that should do it. That should pretty much get everybody. So the rest of my nukes are launching. I don't think I'm really going to have many nukes after this. I have 4 there. I have 5 there. I think I have some nukes on my carriers. I'll leave those just in case. But I think this should do it, unless they decide to launch their subs. Sometimes the AI doesn't launch the submarine nukes right away, because it's trying to move them into position, into a better position, and it just never gets around to it, which is kind of funny. So yeah, there goes Asia. How are y'all doing? I'm okay. I wasn't feeling very good this week. I'm on antidepressants again, and just wasn't feeling that great. Just a bunch of stupid crap in my life. Okay, so the victory timer has started, so more than 80% of the nukes have been fired. I find that when I don't feel that great, that what really makes me feel good is hanging out with my friends. Which, you know, that's pretty normal, I guess. Sometimes it sucks just because my friends have, you know, lives and jobs. I mean, I do too, but, you know, I kind of wish that we were all maybe closer than we were. But, you know, people gotta do their thing. And that's cool. I like it when people do their thing. So yeah, I'm doing well. Oh look, there's an enemy radar I missed out on. Well, I can't get it now because all my nukes are gone. But anyway, so yeah, we're really speeding it up because there's no sense in just dilly-dallying. Dilly-dallying, that's a funny word. So now you see sort of the general like radiation cloud that's kind of settled in over much of Asia. My area, I don't think any of my cities were actually hit, which is like miraculous in this game. What a great video. I'm so elite. I beat this really dumb computer. So yeah, I got one more. Let's destroy this radar. So yeah, that's Defcon. For anyone who's interested in playing, it's an okay game. I mean, it'll amuse you for a little while. I mean, if you can like ignore like the abject terror and the horror of like inevitable doom. But yeah, I recommend it. It's usually pretty cheap. You can find it on Steam for like $8 or something. Here's where their submarines and carriers were. They were trying to get in the position over here to launch, but they ran out of time. And if they had gotten in the position and had launched, they would have just killed the shit out of me. But oh well. I killed 91.6 million people, and everyone survived on my end. So glory to Russia. All glory to Russia. Alright, thank you. Bye-bye.